Socrates' trial took place in Athens, Greece. The charges against him were brought by his political enemies, who accused him of impiety and corrupting the youth. It is important to note that Socrates had many followers and students who admired his teachings and philosophical approach, but his questioning and challenging of traditional beliefs made him controversial among the Athenian authorities. During the trial, Socrates had the opportunity to defend himself against the charges. However, instead of attempting to escape the verdict, he chose to confront his accusers directly. Socrates delivered a passionate defense speech, known as his apology, in which he addressed the jury and explained his philosophical stance. He argued that his teachings aimed to improve the moral character of individuals and that he was fulfilling a divine mission by encouraging people to question their beliefs and pursue wisdom. Despite his eloquent defense, the jury ultimately found Socrates guilty. The trial was held in a public setting, with hundreds of Athenian citizens serving as jurors. The voting was close, but the majority ruled against him. After the verdict, Socrates was given the opportunity to propose an alternative punishment. Athenian law allowed the accused to suggest an alternative penalty if they were found guilty. However, Socrates, known for his uncompromising commitment to truth and virtue, refused to propose any punishment that he felt would undermine his beliefs. Instead, he challenged the jury's decision by suggesting that he should be rewarded for his services to Athens and receive free meals for the rest of his life. Unsurprisingly, Socrates' proposal was rejected by the jury, and they sentenced him to death. The specific method of execution chosen was drinking a cup of poison hemlock. This poison, obtained from the hemlock plant, caused progressive paralysis, leading to respiratory failure and ultimately death. On the day of his execution, Socrates remained calm and composed. He spent his final hours engaging in philosophical discussions with his close friends and followers, including Plato, who would later become one of the most influential philosophers in history. Socrates maintained his characteristic Socratic method of questioning and teaching until the effects of the poison took hold, and he passed away. According to Plato's dialogue Phaedo, which depicts the final moments of Socrates, his last words were directed to his friends and followers. Before drinking the poison, Socrates spoke to those present, expressing his thoughts and beliefs about the nature of the soul and the afterlife. He remained calm and resolute, facing death with a sense of philosophical acceptance. While there is some variation in the accounts of Socrates' last words among different ancient sources, here is a summary of what he is reported to have said. Socrates reassured his friends and urged them not to be troubled by his impending death. He believed that death should not be feared and that it may be a release from the limitations of the physical body. He expressed confidence in the immortality of the soul, arguing that it would continue its existence after death. Socrates emphasized the importance of living a virtuous life and constantly seeking knowledge and wisdom. He encouraged his friends to remain committed to their philosophical pursuits and to question and examine their own beliefs. One of the significant ideas he conveyed was the notion that a true philosopher should welcome death as a liberation of the soul, as it allows for a deeper understanding of reality and the eternal. Socrates believed that the philosopher's ultimate goal was to detach themselves from the material world and focus on the realm of eternal truths and forms. While the specific words uttered by Socrates during his final moments may be subject to interpretation and the variations in historical accounts, the overall theme of his last words revolved around his philosophical convictions, his serenity in the face of death, and his belief in the immortality of the soul. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. We'd love to have you as part of our philosophical community. Until next time, keep thinking deeply and living philosophically.